Hi students, let's look at this question here, which is on binomial expansion. You are told to actually find the specific power of x, right? So the term independent of x in this expansion. So what is term independent of x? So let me give an example. So an example would be x plus 1 square. So this is x square plus 2x plus 1, right? When you expand this. Now the term independent of x would be this one. Independent means it's free of x, okay? But you can say, yeah, free of x. But what you actually need is this is x to the power 0. X to the power 0 will render x to be 1, right? The degree x to the power 0 is 1. So term independent of x would just mean that you need to find the power of x. The degree of x is 0. Of x is 0. So this is in other words, is x about 0. Okay, so now we try and solve this question here. So the first thing is this question here requires you to pay attention to the manipulation of indices, what you learn in elementary elementary math. So for example, this is x cubed minus 2x and 12, right? Now we know that to expand this we have 3 columns, right? So if you have already done this part here, you know that you be paying to 3 columns. So this will be x cubed. The second column will be negative 1 over 2x, right? Okay, so this will be 12. It's not an issue. This will be 12. But what is required, now we're going to find the general term of the expansion. So each term could be expressed in this form. 12, you could put an r here. Just put an r here. And if this is r, you could either put here as r or here as r. It doesn't matter, but you just pick one. The answer will be the same, just that the r that you solve will be different, but eventually you get the same independent over x, okay, the term. Okay, say you decide to let, okay, usually I will encourage students to make, like, since the reciprocal 1 over x, right? So I'll put the r here, it's easier. This power here will be 12 minus r. So remember, for our power, when we take these two add up, it should give you 12. So if this is r, so 12 minus r will give you this form here. So this will be, that's the reason why it's as such, okay? So this is a general form. Now what I want to do is actually just slowly express in terms of r, okay? So this will be 12 r. So this will be x3, 12 minus r. This is indices. Then this will be negative half. Be careful, this part here is where sometimes students have problems. So x, as you move upwards, it will be x to the power negative 1. And essentially what we need to do is actually multiply this properly. And this r will apply to both negative half and r will be applied to here and here, okay? So be very, very, very careful. So this question is difficult not because conceptually it's hard to understand, but rather sometimes students have is weak in terms of manipulation for the indices, right? So this is what you do. Slowly make sure the negative is in here. So this is 3r. Basically I expanded this in, right? Okay, and this could be negative r. So essentially what I will get is 12r negative half r. This is x3, 36 minus 3r minus r, because this is a minus r, this is here, right? So eventually what I'll get for the general term, so this is what we call the general term. General term would be 12r minus half r x 36 minus 4r. All right, so this is a general term here. Just take note. Now this is general term. So since term is independent of x, right? What we need is basically this power here. We need it to be 0. So this one here is x0. So in other words, this is x 36 minus 4r, right? So 0 equals to 36 minus 4r. So r is actually 36 over 4. So the term corresponding to the independent one would mean that this is what you need. R equals to 9 is where is independent of x. So what you need now is actually to substitute. You want the coefficient. the term. So essentially is this term here, this whole term here, you sub r, hence the term would be 12, choose 9, and then minus half 9, and this will be x will be 0, which is quite redundant. We can just leave it as such. So 12 choose 9 times negative half to the power of 9. This will give us negative 55, 126. Alright, so this is how you do this question here proficiently. Just 126 or 128, sorry, I copied wrongly. So this is 128. This is how you do it proficiently. But if you have any question or comment, please do let us know. Just keep practicing. Be mindful of the indices, the rule, and everything. And I think once you understand the concept of how you're expanding it and manipulating it, it should be fine, right? Just see you in the subsequent questions.